Oh, look at that. Got some maple syrup in the pan, ready to go. Gillian from the Canadian Agriculture Museum is with me. Did I say that right, or is it the Agriculture Museum of Canada?
It's the Canada Agriculture Museum.
Right, it's neither of those. So the Canada Agriculture Museum of Canada. I've decided to add it to the end because I can't help it. All right, so March break, a lot of activities today. The museum, it's a special day for the museum every year at March 1st.
Yeah, we have opened up again for the season,
Good.
so we close over the winter time. And we're really excited, and we're focusing on maple syrup this month.
Okay.
So we have kind of two different parts to the month. We have the March break for the kids. So starting the 3rd to the 18th, we're going to be making maple taffy. We have a special craft for the kids to come out. And then for the rest of the month, we also have the demos going on. We're cooking with maple syrup in the demo kitchen. So the exhibits, the bees and the tractors have opened up again. Okay. So which is really exciting. We always get people to ask for the tractors during the winter. Of course. So we have the two different things going on. We like to focus on maple syrup because it's a really big part of the agriculture industry in Canada. Yeah, and March is a big transition month for the Agriculture Museum, or for the agriculture industry throughout the country too, right? Everyone's getting really prepared for spring and making sure everything is in order. I'm sure you go through all of that. But when the kids come in, if they want to go in the demo kitchen and things like that, all of the maple syrup is ready to go, but you're going to turn it into taffy? Yeah. So from the 3rd to the 18th, so just during the two March break weeks, we will be making maple taffy. Okay, and how do we do that? Tell me. Now really all of that happens is that we have to boil the maple syrup. Right. We have to just boil it so it's a little bit thicker, so when you put it on ice, or even you can do vanilla ice cream if you're at home. Ooh, nice. You can put it on and you just want it to kind of settle on top. You don't want it to seep through. And it will, as it settles on top, if it's real taffy, it'll stay there, right? It won't harden. Sink in. Now you use your popsicle sticks and roll it up. If you're at home, you can also use forks. But that's for the week. I think this is traditional in my mind. Okay, yeah. Well, I like this a lot. We've got lots of popsicle sticks. I've used to having it on snow, right? Okay. It's so good. Yeah, we use crushed ice in the museum. So that's because it's clean, but you know, if you really want to be worried about that, that's really good. I'm glad you do that, actually. So our syrup comes already ready, but there's a lot of different things that have to happen before we get the syrup here. Do you explain that process to those who are there? We go through the whole process, how that we have to use different maple trees. So we use either sugar, sometimes black maple as well, because they have a much higher sugar content. Now, when the sap comes out of the trees, it's normally about a 98. Right. So this is how it works. You just go up to the tree, right? You put this here. So you'd have that on the tree. Right. And you'd... Okay, don't make a hole. I won't. It really will, too. And you would turn... And you would turn it right into the tree. Yeah. I've made a mark here. That's coming out of my pay. Then, when you're done drilling a hole into the tree... You'd put the spile in. Yeah, you put it, this in, this is how it works. Yeah. This just gets, what, hammered in a little bit? Yeah, you put it into the hole you've made. We also have a pipeline too. Okay. So with these ones, you'd add the bucket. Now this is a little more traditional and also a little bit more of manual labor. So you'd have to go empty your buckets, go check your buckets and everything. And what would happen with the hose? Now with the pipeline, so rather than having the metal one here, you'd put the pipeline in, and it would be connected from tree to tree. And rather than having buckets, it would all go through your pipeline to your sugar shack. You can do that? Almost like a canal system of maple sap? Yeah. So sometimes if you drive by maple forest, sometimes you'll see there's the pipeline from tree to tree, and it's just like blue cords everywhere. Ah. So it's a little bit different. Oh, I'm starting to boil here. That's good. And so that way, it's a lot easier and a lot less labor. Now, it's normally about 1,000 taps to make a profitable maple sugar 1,000 taps. Yes. Yeah. So a lot of farms will have about 500 to 3,000 as well. Okay. And there are over 10,000 maple sugar producers in Canada. How many trees if you wanted to just do it for the family? You could just do a couple. We used to do it at home, and my dad would have 4 trees that he'd tap. Oh yeah, it's just a longer process, and it takes longer to get the sap out of those trees, right? You wouldn't get as much either because it takes about it's about a 4-to-1 ratio to get your sap to syrup. So if you have 40 liters of sap, you'll get about 1 liter of syrup. So this is this is a lot of labor for a very small output. Yeah, and it's also a very short time frame. So we normally start the trees normally start producing sap, or it starts running again around the end of February, beginning of March, because of the change in temperature. So you guys must go through the history of maple syrup through the ages in Canada, right? And how important it's been to us as well. And now we're out of time, but this would thicken right up after boiling for quite some time. I would put this in here. You can try. It might be a little hot. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, exactly. This will burn. But you get some real. We pour it out on here, out on the snow, and then they roll it up. Roll it up. So we have this along with all sorts of other demos. All the animal barns are open right now.
Excellent.
So there's lots of stuff going on, and we're really happy to be open again, and we hope we get lots of visitors.
It's it's a seriously Canadian thing. Maple
Canada
syrup.
actually produces 85% of the world's maple syrup.
Agriculture.technomuse with an S on the end of it,
Yeah.
.ca for more information. Julia, thanks. This
You're
is really
welcome.
fun.
Thanks for having us.
Have some fun on March break at the Canada Museum of Agriculture. Did I get it right this time?
Canada Agriculture Museum. Close. It all depends.
You can do it. Just Google it. It'll be okay.
Google, we're on Twitter and Facebook as well.
We're back with more after this.